Hello, welcome to the Automotor channel. This video is a follow-up to a check engine light diagnosis P0328 code related to a knock sensor. Just to set the scene, this happened during one of the coldest recorded winter mornings in my part of Australia. And the subject of this video is a Mazda, frost on the car, breathing in fresh cold air, proper cold start conditions. And that's important because cold mornings can exaggerate little issues. Sensors might behave erratically and voltages could dip on startup. Engine tolerances also tighten up, so when the check engine light popped up, we keep all those in mind. Now, P0328 doesn't necessarily mean the knock sensor's dead. More so that it's just sending a voltage the ECU considers out of range. Could be a fault or just a misread. Quick refresher, a knock sensor is basically an electronic stethoscope bolted to the engine block. What it listens for is detonation. Knocking, that's when the fuel and air mix explodes too early or unevenly, and this tells the ECU to back off the timing to prevent engine damage. Thing is, despite this code showing up, the car still drove totally fine. No hesitation in acceleration, no rough idle, so right there is a clue. If this was legitimate knock, you'd expect the engine to feel off, especially under load. Then, as I plugged my OBD2 Bluetooth scanner to check the data, the code vanished. I didn't clear it, the ECU did. That usually means the problem didn't repeat itself over a couple of drive cycles. Now let's talk fuel. I just filled it up with 91 RON, which is the minimum legal octane here in Australia. Normally it's fine, but throw in some winter air density, possibly bad fuel, and that could explain the sensor's reaction. The tank is also nearly full, so topping it up with 98 RON isn't going to shift octane much. What I could do is grab some octane booster, just to bump it up a little bit, to rule out fuel quality as a factor. But I won't be doing that unless the code comes back. We're in the process of elimination, so here's the game plan. So, the car runs fine, so that tells me there's no consistent knock and no serious ignition timing issues, and the sensor didn't pick up a persistent problem. So that leads us to the process of elimination, checking the knock sensor wiring, connectors and grounds. On this engine, the knock sensor lives underneath the intake manifold, so it's not exactly a quick job. The connector can be seen here, so you can check if the wiring is loose. The replacement knock sensor part is easily obtainable, just in case the code comes back. Next up, spark plugs. My record indicates these were last changed 5 years ago. Plugs can also cause misfires or uneven combustion that might mimic knock, so they should be on the watch list if anything resurfaces. Other possibilities, as I said before, cold winter morning starts can skew sensor readings. Weak engine mounts can also cause false vibration knock, but I can rule that out because I've replaced all 3 mounts recently. Excessive carbon buildup can also create hotspots in the combustion chamber, but this Mazda 2 is port injected, not direct injection, so we will rule that out for now. Even a misreading coolant temperature sensor can make the ECU run too aggressively cold, and that can also increase knock risk. So where does this leave me? Well, I haven't thrown in the octane booster, so I'm basically going to monitor driving around with the OBD2 scanner. If the code stays gone, great. If it comes back, I'll have to go deeper. Voltage checks, possibly a knock sensor swap, maybe even a top-end decarb. But that's the value of having one of these little scanners on hand. It's not just about reading codes, it's about understanding what they mean and knowing what doesn't need fixing. You can throw money at parts and still not solve a problem. So yeah, P0328 popped up, but with some logic and step-by-step diagnosis, I could probably save myself a few $100s and a heap of guesswork. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.